You think you know Paul Heyman? You think loyalty means anything in this business? Well, what happened backstage at Crown Jewel just shattered everything we thought we knew about the so-called wise man. Seth Rollins, the visionary, the revolutionary, the man who's carried WWE on his back for years, just had his trust destroyed in the most vicious, calculated betrayal we've seen in decades. And before you say, oh, it's just another storyline, let me tell you, what went down behind those curtains was real. The rage was real. The chaos was real. And if you think Seth is going to let this slide, you don't know Seth freaking Rollins. Let me paint you the picture. Crown Jewel, Saudi Arabia, the biggest stage outside of WrestleMania. Seth Rollins just delivered a match that had the entire WWE Universe on their feet. Blood, sweat, sacrifice, everything Seth does, he does at 110%. He walks backstage, exhausted, barely able to stand, and what does he see? Paul Heyman, the man who promised him strategic counsel, the man who assured him he had his back in the new era of WWE, standing there smirking with a microphone in one hand and a contract in the other. But here's the kicker, the contract wasn't for Seth. It was for someone else. Someone Seth never saw coming. Now, before we go any further, we have a quick request for you. We are constantly working to improve our content to earn your love and support. That's why we would truly appreciate it if you could take a moment to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update here on Wrestling Zone Insider. The locker room erupted. Witnesses say Seth's face went from confusion to absolute fury in milliseconds. He lunged forward, and it took 4 security guards to hold him back. 4. This isn't some worked angle for the cameras, people. This was pure, unfiltered rage from a man who's been lied to, manipulated, and backstabbed by someone he thought he could trust. Tables were flipped. Equipment was thrown. One source even said Seth grabbed the steel chair and came within inches of Paul Heyman's head before road agents intervened. Here's where it gets even more insane. Paul Heyman, cool as ice, just stood there, smiling. That trademark smirk that's gotten him through 30 years in this business. He didn't flinch. He didn't apologize. He simply adjusted his tie and said, and this is according to multiple sources, Seth, you were never the guy. You were just a guy. Can you imagine? After everything Seth's done? After the countless main events, the classic matches, carrying Raw through its darkest periods, being the Iron Man of WWE, to have Paul Heyman, of all people, tell him he was never the guy? That's not just a betrayal, that's psychological warfare. Now here's a trivia question for you in the comments. Who was the first superstar Paul Heyman ever managed in WWE? Drop your answer below and let's see who the real wrestling historians are. But let's dive deeper into why this betrayal cut so deep. Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman's relationship goes back further than most fans realize. Back in 2015, when Seth was WWE champion, there were backstage discussions about Heyman potentially managing him. It never materialized because Seth was aligned with the authority, but the respect was always there. Fast forward to recent months, and we've seen subtle hints. Heyman acknowledging Seth's greatness on the mic, Seth defending Heyman's legacy in interviews. There was a foundation being built. Also we thought, the reality? Heyman was playing 4D chess while Seth was playing checkers. Every compliment, every knowing nod, every word of respect was a setup for this moment. And the truly diabolical part? Seth should have seen it coming. We all should have seen it coming. This is Paul Heyman we're talking about, the man who turned on Centimeter Punk, the man who used Brock Lesnar, the man whose entire existence is built on manipulation and self-preservation. Backstage reactions have been wild. Roman Reigns, when asked about the situation, allegedly just shook his head and said, "I tried to warn him." The Usos were reportedly nearby when the confrontation happened and stayed completely neutral, a telling sign that this might be bigger than just Heyman and Rollins. Cody Rhodes was seen having an intense conversation with Seth later in the night, possibly trying to calm him down or, more interestingly, possibly forming an alliance. Here's another question for the comments. Do you think Seth Rollins should trust anyone after this betrayal, or should he go full lone wolf? Let me know your thoughts. The implications of this are massive. Seth Rollins is now a man with nothing to lose. He's been betrayed by his brothers in the Shield, he's been screwed by the authority, he's had his body broken and his trust shattered time and time again. But this might be the final straw that transforms Seth into something we've never seen before. Not the architect, not the messiah, not the visionary, something darker, something more dangerous. And Paul Heyman? He's just added another name to his list of victims. But here's where Heyman might have miscalculated. Seth Rollins isn't Centimeter Punk, who walked away. He's not Brock Lesnar, who was content to be used as long as the money was right. Seth Rollins is a fighter. He claws, he scratches, he never gives up. And now, he has a target. The question everyone's asking is, who is Heyman aligning with? The smart money says it's someone massive. Someone who needs Heyman's tactical genius. Someone who can benefit from having the greatest advocate in sports entertainment history in their corner. Names being thrown around backstage include some of the most shocking possibilities you can imagine. And when this person is revealed, the entire landscape of WWE will shift. We have a quick request for you. We are constantly working to improve our content to earn your love and support. That's why we would truly appreciate it if you could take a moment to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update here on Wrestling Zone Insider. Crown Jewel was supposed to be a celebration. Instead, it became a crime scene. The fallout from this is going to dominate WWE programming for months. Seth Rollins will want revenge. Paul Heyman will want to prove his decision was right. And caught in the middle will be every superstar who has to choose a side. Final trivia question: in what year did Paul Heyman debut in WWE as an on-screen character? Drop your answer in the comments. This isn't over. This is just beginning. Seth Rollins has been pushed to the absolute edge, and when he comes back, someone's going to pay. The question is, will it be Paul Heyman, or will it be whoever Heyman's new client is? Either way, the WWE Universe better buckle up, because we're about to witness something legendary. What do you think is going to happen next? Is Seth justified in his rage? Should he have seen this coming? And most importantly, who do you think Paul Heyman's new client is? Sound off in the comments below, share this video with every wrestling fan you know, and make sure you're subscribed to Wrestling Zone Insider because we'll be covering every single development in this story as it unfolds. This is the biggest betrayal in years, and we're going to be here for all of it.